Hi there everybody, my name is Kate and welcome to my channel, Trinergy Awakens Naturally, otherwise known as Ron Real yet again. When I wake up and I'm just directed to just start going, Buttercup, just start talking, we're going to channel this stuff, then I do what I am asked to do. I like to be obedient because when I'm not, man, I get slapped hard. Have been. So let me give you a little bit of background. I had some dental work done recently, some procedure done, and a lot in my life in the last couple of years, just dealing with some real significant issues in my mouth. And if you've never experienced dental work at a high level of, excruciating, it can take you to a whole new alternate universe. And it does. However, the really weird, creepy, neat thing is that when I wake up from those intense nights of just, ow, I've usually gone somewhere because I've had to leave my body really hard, and go somewhere, like notably go somewhere, and do something else to keep my mind and my pain body separated. Excruciating pain there. We got to separate the mind from that, locking in on that, so that my team can get in there and heal that, and allow my body to rest. If I'm feeling that pain, even when I'm asleep, I'm not going to rest very well. So I don't intentionally do anything. I just go to bed and say, please do what needs to be done, where's my work right now, and this really hurts, I could really appreciate if we made this the priority. Well, I fell asleep pretty quickly and woke up several times just slobbering hard and, and barely remember that. But the last iteration, after I woke up wiping my face of all the drool and everything, I knew when I woke up that, yeah, I've been doing some stuff and, yeah, that's just gross. Do we really have to do that? Just lie down and go back to sleep, just roll over and, wipe it up and keep it back in sleep. So I did, and when I finally woke up this morning, I remembered fully, and if you've heard my other videos, I apologize for repeating myself, but generally speaking, I just don't remember videos or dreams unless there's something significant in it for me. Then I've already done my business, closed it out, and I wake up and it's done. That's the way that works for me. And if I remember something, then, oh, we're going to be needing to use this for a little while, talk about it, move on it, chew on it, whatever, but you're going to be in this for a minute, until it reaches that resolution. And this morning I woke up going, no, and I actually was lying in my bed needing to take that dream state out here into a more lucid state where I was working with the people within that dream, and I realized what was going on, because even in the context of the dream itself, I was thinking, this is very strange and this is very odd that it's you, and you. Why are you here? Why are any of you here? I don't talk to any of you. And I only really care about two of you in this whole arrangement here, that I would want to, if I was going to speak to anyone and prioritize them, it would be anyone but you, and you would be those two and only those two. And so, but it was only the one of the two that I would have spoken to that actually remained when it all, I said, clear this out, whatever all this is, see, excuse me, throat chakra, it seems a little bit fuzzy, misty, and a whole bunch of bullshit seems to be swarming around here. What is this? And all of a sudden, one person remained, and it was a child that I used to be connected to very, very heavily and care a lot about. I still do. And I love this person dearly. I really do. And she was trying to speak to me and giving me some story, and she was looking very uncomfortable while she was doing it. And I said, why are you here? And she said, well, and she got nervous like she does in person, or like she used to when I knew her. She would get nervous in person and kind of, the eyes darting around and, well, and this is a very sharp child. She understands things, she knows things. She's a young woman now, but she's very sharp, she's very intelligent, and she's very perceptive. I'm not sure what she knows of her own gifts, I have no idea. However, I know that she's no dummy and that she was kind of catching on based on the dream, and this is just a dream. I know nothing about 3D real time, And this person was kind of looking, and I said, let me tell you something. I said, that one, and that one, and that one, and that one, all these other players that suddenly vanished, and it's just you. If you have something to say, say it. However, if it's coming through them, I don't want to hear it, friend. I said, there's nothing that those people have that they can say if they're asking you to say it for them. If you yourself have something to say, then please say it. You are welcome to do that. Please do come and talk to me. just me and you. However, if you're bringing a message through for anybody else, if you're a carrier pigeon, I don't play that game. And that's something that the dream went on, and I won't bother to go on any further because that's what the issue was, is that this person had something that she was supposed to be delivering in this dream, a message for the team that she was supposed to be delivering, and it was fraught with all kinds of emotional triggers and past memories of, oh, you know, these are big, you know, fun events that we all did together. These are activities that we used to all do together, you know, blah, 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 as an extended group of people, you know, remember when? And yet it was really creepy and nothing was solid. It was very vaporous looking, and people still had attitudes, except for this one child who was in child form, about maybe 10 years old or so, 8 or 10. And it went on, and like I said, skip, you know, where it went, because it was most important to get to the message that I'm sending out here, is that when people are shape-shifting, and oh, we got a lot of stuff. It's like Mercury retrograde every day at my house sometimes, whether it is or not. It just turns into that when people are triggered and they go to their darkest spot, is that we have people who are shape-shifting and they're asking, you know, to kind of vicariously move through somebody else, you know, by sending a message, or they actually will carry energy with another person, you know, or they'll tap them in some way to kind of not possess them exactly, but really work their mind and their psyche in such a way that that person may be articulating out here in language things that they would not voluntarily say if they fully understood what was going on. It's almost like being a puppet or a drone. It's almost like being, you know, a handler's project or something, a Frankenstein project in a way. And it can be temporary. With people who are shapeshifters, they know how to do this. It can also be quite permanent or semi-permanent, depending on how much interaction we have with these people. But the main point was that there was a whole lot of shape-shifting going on, that people come in and they kind of fit in where they fit in, or where they think they have to fit in. They're greasy and they're very sleazy and breezy and quite easy, until it becomes firm of, what is this? You know, makes sense here, and none of this makes sense. You know, if you're coming in and reportedly a real person, then you got to firm up, dude, because I can see right through you, literally, you know, in this dream. And I know we're in a dream and everything, but seriously, you know, you really don't expect me to believe this, do you? And unfortunately, people that understand shape-shifting out here in 3D, shape-shifting looks a lot like, you know, fitting into the crowd and just saying whatever needs to be said, taking whatever side's winning, or, you know, things like that. But people who work energy and they get in their little dark bag and think that, you know, they're going to shape shift with some little monster that, you know, I'll go over there and I'll scare her or him or them in this way because I know that that's something that really triggers them. That's some absolute crazy concept in my mind, that, oh, you don't really understand this game. That people who understand shape shifting and have been well trained in that know that, oh, whatever you're shape-shifting, I had to learn how to shape-shift too in order to deal with you, you know. And so when people are throwing something at us, me personally, I use whatever you're throwing at me, even if it's dark, I'm gonna use that for me, you know, because why would I send it back to you and just keep this bullshit going back between us? I don't want to play those games with you. However, I'm going to use what you do for my benefit. And when I go in and I start talking to my own spirit team and say, how can I use this very dark and negative, nasty stuff? That's ugly. That thing over there, that's ugly. We'll start talking to it and, you know, start working with it and learn how to be a shapeshifter too, by getting to the vibrational level, except one step above it, of whatever is there. That if that's some demony, dark, nasty, ugly something, then okay, let's come in here and play. That's a form of shape-shifting, to say, hey, how you doing? Because if I just showed up, you know, and calling in the temperance angels and, you know, war angels and all this light and stuff and just explode that thing, the learning end of it is kind of lost. It goes into a balanced state, but it fractals out into a billion different pieces of energy, that it's really much better to have that return back to where it's going, or wherever it's going from here, that it stepped up its own energy by its own choice. I didn't just obliterate it right off the top. I actually had some sort of of talk with it, negotiated with it, spoke with it on its level, and asked it to leave voluntarily. If I don't have to explode something away from me, that's what I prefer. And when something works on my behalf somewhere outside of me, I don't have any control of how they deal with that. So I can't, speak to what temperance angels or ancestors or whatever is working on my behalf or anyone else's. I can't speak to that unless they're showing me, and very rarely because they don't want me to see the horror of what people are bringing back to themselves. However, if I have something that steps in here and gets nasty and ugly, like those vaporous things from the dream that, oh, you're not really here clean, you're not even remotely interested, you're not even real, you're just projecting and shape-shifting in such a weak way that you can't even stay here to play, so get lost, And the form that stayed, she was always looking like a real person. Because she is a real person. In life, she's far more authentic than almost everybody else in that group. So that person, when she started speaking and her eyes were darting around, as soon as all that mess left, the look on her face relaxed quite a bit, and she said, okay. And I said, you're safe. They're gone. You can speak your mind. This is a safe space here where, I'm not going to scream at you. I'm not going to drone you, and I'm not going to handle you, because I'm more interested in how are you? How are you doing? And what can I do for you? Because it seems to me that if you came here bringing a message from that, and you look like you want out of that you're not really interested in being that anymore. 1111. And how can I help you find another door that might help you feel better about yourself, or help you feel more balanced in your energy, that might rejuvenate you and strengthen you and bring you to a place where you can make better decisions for yourself, not on my behalf, not for me, because I don't expect anything from thee. I don't expect you to promise me anything. I don't expect you to do anything except stand here in honesty, and apparently you are. Otherwise, you would have vaporized with the rest of the crowd over there, with this whole dream that was just a bunch of bullshit, wasn't it? And that it was yeah, okay. So whatever level of astral stuff that was, I was in a lucid state and awake. However, speaking to this person and understanding that this isn't just a dream, this is a communication, a telepathic communication, if you will, with someone that I am very connected to by blood, and who could quite possibly, at some level, is reaching out to me. And that if she's still being motored in that, state of, hey, go do this, go do that. That was why I left, is that I don't play those games. If you have something to say to me, you've got to say it directly, because it doesn't help you or me to really know what's going on for realsy. It helps us stay in the pollution and the collusion of quite a delusion that it's going to break apart, and when it does, I can't be there to be destroyed by it. And I really hope that you will see the light and see what's right, so that you're not taken down by it either, and take, whoever's connected to you for realsy, that other one with you when you go. However, I have to let you go to choose on your own. It's the same kind of shape-shifting idea, that the most authentic way she was showing up to me was the most authentic way I was showing up to her, as, hey, it is your choice to go or to stay. And if you stay here, let us talk and chat and come to a new understanding. And then it is your choice to do whatever you do when you come to a new understanding, or you deny it, or you do whatever you do, because I'm here regardless for you in this honest, open space. I'm not an open door, a revolving door. Those have to be governed very carefully, but my team apparently was here with me, that, oh yeah, we're going to keep you dreaming all night and doing some other stuff that I don't remember. It wasn't even worth it, and slobbering hard. However, the last thing that I remember before I woke up for the day is that particular dream, and it was a game changer for me to see and to get a sniff of what's going on over there. That, yeah, this is still, it's vaporous, it's weak, it's falling apart. That whole system, that dynamic is very weak and falling apart, and there's a very good chance that there's questions being asked all over the place of, I'm not sure, maybe I need to, and never making contact with me directly, but making it astrally. It's fine for people that come in clean, that know what they're doing, and aren't some shape-shifted monster that doesn't want to get clean. If shapeshifters come in and they aren't willing to get honest about what they're doing, if they're not willing to meet me where I'm meeting them, like I'm coming down here to meet with you, then you got to come clean or we're through. And when those shape-shifting things come in that don't want to do that, they are asked to leave immediately. And if they don't leave voluntarily, then they're exploded right away from me. That's how that goes. But it's stepped up with the opportunity for energy. However it's visiting me and however I'm visiting them, I expect people to be doing the same thing. I'm not consciously putting it out there that I am, not intentionally doing anything like that. However, if I am, I would expect that, a person would be receiving that and doing whatever they need to protect me if I was out there in the ethers acting like a jackass, or trying to bully or trying to shapeshift and scare and do all kinds of creepy stuff. So the idea, though, is that the more that we allow people, in whatever form they're coming, whether it's physical form, 3D, 4D, 5D, million D, whatever D it is, whatever form that energy is showing up to me, giving it the opportunity to choose on its own strengthens its own sovereignty to take whatever that energy decided back to wherever it is, to know that that is your choice. You chose to get out of that mess. You chose to stay in that mess. You chose to do whatever you did. And I had nothing to do except offer you, this is where I stand. This is what I do. And you are free to choose. It helps to reinforce and establish for another person, whether they're seeing it for themselves or not, or whether they're acting with integrity or not, or whether we're in the same spot is irrelevant, because I don't need them to be in the same spot. I'm going to go where I need to go, regardless of what they choose, and they are free to choose without having any excuse to go one way or the other. They're not pushed, because that's the system that would take that child into being, a carrier pigeon for somebody else who doesn't have the balls to come forward for realsy, at all. So none of them. So it's okay that they don't have the courage to do it. However, using someone else, you're stepping off into, area that's just cosmically breaking laws all over the place. However, people are allowed to, choose however they choose. And if a person allows that to happen, they are on some level choosing for themselves. And so by instilling those opportunities wherever they are, whenever they are, with the highest vibration that I can bring, that isn't going to just automatically explode something right off the top. Again, I don't want to bring, a laser in if I really just need to say, hey, let me get your attention. I don't want to bring in something that's going to just blow it up right off the top. If it needs that kind of action, I will know, pretty quickly. However, most of the time at this point, this stuff just, dissipates and leaves immediately because it's very weak. The whole system is going down. And you see it all over the place, that everyone that has been doing this way, using this system, they're grappling and they're really struggling to find, a new way, 171788, thank you, to retool, reschool, rejigger, and refigure their old paradigm, and it's not working. And so there's a lot of desperation, and I have a great deal of compassion for that. I do. And it makes me very sad. I actually cried a little bit when I woke up and thought, oh, please, no. And yet I know that by being honest with this person, in the dream state, in the astral state, the lucid state, and by being straight up honest with that and saying, I love you. I absolutely love you, and I absolutely would love to see you, in 3D, if that's what you, would like to do with me, sure. However, right here, we need to get clear on how that can happen, is that if we're coming in, bringing baggage and karmic ties and all that in here, then it won't happen here. It will not. It'll be the most uncomfortable conversation we could ever have, more so than any other we've ever had so far. So you'll hate it, and I will not allow it, because I'll hate it too. And we can't do that. It's not something that will work for either one of us. So why would I do that? Let me establish the boundaries here of what my expectation is and what I can do and what I'm willing to do, and you tell me the same, and let's see what we can work with. And that's how it ended, was you're free to choose. You are free to choose. And what I got from that in the end was there was no expectation on my end at all. She didn't ask for anything. She just said, okay. And actually, I'm sorry, she did ask, can I have a hug? And I said, absolutely. And so I grabbed my pillow and I hugged her as if I was hugging, this person in real life. And she suddenly turned into the adult that she is now, the age that she is now. But I hugged that pillow and poured into that the love that I feel for this person, and said, please, know that no matter what has already happened, no matter how much I've disappointed you and hurt you, and no matter how confused you've ever been, that I love you. I'm sorry for that, and I will do whatever I can to help you and support you. However, please don't ever bring that mess back with you, because there's nothing I can do. There's no way to do those at the same time. You're asking me to, juggle 85 things while riding a bicycle and driving a car, and, you're asking me to do things that are impossible to do. And that's not your problem if you're getting information from over there that says, oh yeah, just go do that. Try it. You'll like it, Mikey. Just try it. Please don't allow yourself to be used like that. And so that's up to her soul to take that information and do whatever it does with it, whether it registers all the way into 3D or not. I can't say. I'm not in control of that. I just know that shape-shifting my way or anybody else's way that already knows how to shape-shift and get to, oh, this is the communication level we're at is rah, then okay, hey, rah, how you doing? Let's talk. What do you want? What is it that you're after? And when that stuff just disappears, cool. When it doesn't, though, that stuff is easily dealt with at whatever level that it needs to be dealt with to get rid of it, because it's not looking to learn, it's not looking to change its mind. Some of it is. A lot of it that's visited me over the years has decided that, yeah, we're not interested in really doing this anymore, because transmutation is really where this is all headed. Even people that are losing their bodies and their minds, simultaneously or separately, that it doesn't matter, because the energy is transmuted. It's just that I don't like to see people suffer. I really dislike that a whole lot. However, at my soul, I do know that people are going to transmute that energy somewhere, and that they will have the opportunity to reach a state of peace and balance. It's just that it's hard to watch the enormous suffering of a human being that is not doing what it takes to get there, and they're fighting hard and sending everything in their arsenal, and it's not enough. Anybody that's waking up and really becoming quite aware of what they have in their arsenal, holy cow. And I have things that I can't even speak to. I have no idea what they do. I just know that, oh, I hear stuff. Yeah, I heard. Whoa, oh my goodness, and it's not that I enjoy war or know that, ha ha ha, cool, they're getting their asses kicked. It isn't that. What I'm very happy for is that people are going to be given the opportunity to go right to another door of, do you want to open that one now? Are you ready to stop doing this? And I can't pull the plug on anybody I wouldn't want to. I can't make them choose. I can't make them not choose. I don't want anything to do with that. And people that are still monkeying around trying to do that for other people, can't say I understand it. However, I have to respect that that's what they're doing. And I also have to respect the danger of what that brings when it shows up at my doorstep on any level, and deal with that devil at the level that it is. And don't bring, a knife to a gunfight, and also don't bring a gun to a fist fight with a kindergartner. It's unnecessary, and it's unwarranted. So, however, kicking the kindergartner out, get out of here, you can't be here anymore, that's warranted every single time. So anyway, 2222, there you go. Thank you very much. I hope that you enjoy your day, whatever part of the day you're in, and enjoy being in your skin. Get within, because you're divine. It's absolutely fine, and it can totally protect you, help you shapeshift to deal with where you are at any time. Being spiritually flexible is, at this point in the game, almost more important than being physically flexible. However, if physical flexibility gets you there, then use that too. Whatever it takes to get you protected, and knowing that you have all the support you could use or need or want in any format that it needs to come, and be a shape-shifting mofo to deal with whatever is trying to come your way if you're under assault. So, as I said, take care and get within your skin, because you're divine. Totally vibranium strong and totally fine. Take care of your beautiful selves, and I will see you again next time. Goodbye, my friends.